Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Thomas. Today we're back here with the kill count, and we are here with Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Yep, Michael's back for another round. So, yeah, after taking a break on Halloween 3, he's back. Or I think, the anthology series that they were planning got nixed, and, well, Michael got brought back. So, shall we? Let's see how many kills he gets on his return. Be sure to like, subscribe for more. Hope you enjoy. Let's go.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up
James,
the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, released in 1988. As the subtitle suggests, this movie was Michael Myers' return to the big screen after 7 long years. Kind of a late return, seeing as the slasher subgenre was on the decline, but Mustafa Akkad was determined to revitalize the series with a back-to-basics approach after buying the rights to the whole franchise from John Carpenter and Deborah Hill, who were no longer involved. And that's what this movie is, really, completely back to basics. I don't know if you can get any more basic than Halloween 4. Although many Halloween fans love this sequel, I don't have strong feelings about it either way. To me, it's pretty much see Michael kill, kill Michael, kill. Everything from the supporting characters to the kills to Michael's way too white new mask are just kind of meh to me. The only things that stand out are the excellent kid acting from Danielle Harris as Jamie Lloyd and the return of Donald Pleasance as Sam Loomis, who was just full-on pants backwards crazy by now. As middling as they were though, there were still a bunch of kills. Let's get to them.
This ought to be fun. Let's begin.
The movie begins on Halloween Eve, 1988, 10 years after the events of the first 2 films. An ambulance arrives at a federal sanitarium that looks like a haunted maze walkthrough on the inside, complete with spooky screams.
Jesus.
Wow, Jesus ain't got nothing to do with this place.
The ambulance drivers are there to pick up a comatose Michael Myers for a transfer, and they're treated to a bunch of exposition from the security guard who recaps the first 2 movies for them and the audience.
But his doctor, of all people, shot him 6 times.
They wheel Michael out on a stretcher as the classic Halloween theme plays, because this series is going to skate by on that piece of music for as long as it can. In the back of the ambulance, the attendants unwisely talk about Michael's only living relative, a young niece in Haddonfield, and that gets the invisible Michael Mann good and restless. So restless that he wakes up and kills this dude, attendant Jay Black, first by slamming his head against the inside of the ambulance, and then by pulling a little Jack Horner and sticking his thumb in Black's head to see if he's done yet. What a good boy you are, Michael. Time to meet Michael's 7-year-old niece they mentioned, Jamie Lloyd, played by Danielle Harris, who is the true star of this and the next movie. In case you're confused about how she's related to Michael, they make it clear when she looks at this publicity photo of Jamie Lee Curtis from the first movie. Little Jamie Lloyd is Laurie Strode's daughter. But in this Halloween timeline, Laurie Strode is dead from a car accident that also killed Jamie's father, leaving her an orphan. That's okay though, Uncle Mikey is here to take care of Jamie and make sure she's raised properly. Ain't that right, Mike? He can even teach her this new trick he's been working on. Teleporting. Neat. Just kidding. That was all a hallucination or whatever. And in reality, Jamie's just crying in a closet with a pack of Mountain Dew throwback. She lives in this
Man, what was the family life like that she's like getting like flashbacks of like, Michael Myers? Like, was Jamie just Laurie Strode just feeding her daughter like nightmares of Jason? Jeez, I wonder what caused the car crash. Them fighting over the Laurie keeps reminding her of Jason? Or not Jason, Michael. Sheesh. I don't want to keep saying Jason. It's not Friday the 13th. But still, what the heck's going on here? Anyway.
Field house with her adopted family, the Carruthers. She's got foster sister Rachel, foster mother Darlene, and foster father Alex Jones, her Richard. She's also got a real good boy named Sunday. Oh, look at that fluffy golden belly. Almost makes you forget about your dead parents. What this movie really needs though is a crazy ass doctor looming over it. So here's Donald Pleasance with some janky burn makeup effects to remind us of that giant hospital explosion that probably should have killed him. He gets word that Michael's ambulance was involved in an accident overnight, and the movie makes my job easier with a quick line of dialogue.
How many people in the bus? 4 plus Myers.
That means we can add 3 to the count right now, since we already counted that attendant Black dude. The other 3 victims were apparently that other attendant, a lady named Evans, and 2 randos who we never saw. Loomis knows that all these damn movies have the same damn plot, so he's already leaving for Haddonfield, where Michael must surely be headed. On his way home, though, Michael's gonna make a pit stop so he can rack up a couple more kills. First is this mechanic, who's just trying to make a living, but instead he makes a dying after a bandaged up Michael uses a metal rod to stab through the poor guy's body just off screen. screen. Mikey, that's not what the sign meant when it said body shop. Loomis happens to pull into the same gas/kill station, and after heading inside, finds the mechanic's body hanging down from a bunch of chains in a, honestly, kind of a weird S&M looking way. But Loomis is kink positive, so instead of hightailing it out of there, he goes into this Shrine of Abe Lincoln diner, only to find another body behind the counter. This waitress lying on the ground with not a single hint as to how she was killed. Pretty lame. They could have at least thrown some fake blood on her belly or something. Loomis turns around.
It could have been a strangulation, which, considering how that body looks, could be. But then again, hard to tell. So weird. But so far, Myers got himself 6 kills. Anyway.
To find Michael at the end of a Zolly shot, standing way back in the kitchen. Against a backdrop of a bunch of poorly hung Lincoln pictures, Loomis goes to shoot his former patient, but his shots hit nothing. Was Michael just an illusion, or did Loomis watch as he juked out of the way real fast? It's not really important. What is important is pointing out the ridiculous stock sound effects that this movie uses for gunshots. Loomis steps outside for some air, and next thing you know, Michael's stealing a big old truck he somehow knows how to drive as Loomis shoots at him some more. As Michael drives off, he somehow starts a gas station fire that destroys Loomis' car and spreads to an electric line so the doctor can get a whole special effects show worth of sparks and flames. At her school in Haddonfield, Jamie gets teased by her classmates for having a boogeyman uncle and a, dead mom. Wow,
that's
kids are dicks. Again, Danielle Harris gives a spectacular performance and really makes you feel bad for Jamie as she runs away crying.
You're okay. You're okay.
She gets picked up by Rachel and Rachel's friend Lindsay, who's apparently meant to be Lindsay Wallace, the little girl that Annie was babysitting in the original film. That blew my goddamn mind. Lindsay drops Rachel and Jamie off at a drugstore, where in an even bigger mindfuck, this random dude inside is supposed to be Tommy Doyle, the little boy Laurie babysat in the original. Why include these two at all if you're not even gonna make them characters? Or in Tommy's case, even mention them by name. Anyway, Rachel and Jamie are there so that Jamie can get a Halloween costume and Rachel can get some action. That boy she PDAing with is Brady, who she's been seeing recently, but who she can't go out with tonight because she's gotta watch over Jamie. Brady feels tricked that he ain't getting any treats, so he starts looking elsewhere for something good to eat. Namely, this chick who works at the store with him, Kelly Meeker. Meanwhile, Jamie has found a costume that just like speaks to her, man. Probably because it's so similar to the one her uncle began his murder career in. And it turns out Uncle Mike is there in person, putting on a conveniently available shape mask and attacking Jamie in the middle of this public store in broad daylight. Or maybe he didn't, because of course, when the teenagers rush to Jamie's screams, there's no evil uncle to speak of. Oh, wait, no, there he is. He's still right there. Nobody saw that dude? With his vehicle wrecked from the gas station stunt show, Loomis resorts to some John Waters-style hitchhiking and gets picked up by quite the character, Reverend Jackson P. Sayer. He and Loomis have a great time talking about evil and knocking back some booze, while Sayer enchants Loomis with a gospel tune.
Yes, we'll gather at the river, the beautiful, beautiful river.
Hey, you know what, Loomis? This guy could be singing way worse songs at you. Just ask Pee Wee Herman.
Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care.
On Halloween night, while other kids are TPing trees like they should have done the night before, talking about Devil's Night, Michiganders know, Jamie puts on her best clown costume so she and Rachel can get to trick and or treating in the streets of Haddonfield. After they leave, Michael Myers, first person, sneaks his way into the Carruthers house and makes sure the audience knows that Jamie Lloyd is indeed the daughter of Laurie Strode. Loomis gets to the Haddonfield police station where he meets Sheriff Brackett's replacement, Sheriff Meeker. He's the father of that Kelly chick from Brady's store. Loomis dives straight into his crazy Michael Myers script and tells Meeker that Jamie Lloyd is in danger. When Meeker doesn't believe him, he just fucking erupts.
6 bodies, Sheriff, that's what I've seen between here and Richmond. I tell you, Michael Myers is here in this town.
Wanting to avoid setting off that bottle rocket of batshit anymore, Meeker agrees to go with Loomis to find Jamie and protect her. Hope you check home first, Meeky, cause Jamie's currently at your house trick-or-treating with Rachel and a bunch of other kids. Kelly answers the door for them, and don't look now, Rachel, but Brady's in the background zipping up his pants, cause he and the sheriff's daughter were F-U-C-K-I-N-G. He tries to explain himself to Rachel, but like, dude, what are you even gonna say? You got caught with your pants down. Or with Kelly's pants down anyway. Damn, girl, put on some pants when you answer the door for little kids. You wanna land on the sex offenders list? Instead, Loomis and Sheriff Meeker go to the Carruthers house and find evidence that Michael's been there already, since those pictures are lying around, and oh yeah, there's a dead dog. Sunday, no! Fuck Michael Myers, man. We're all much more okay when Michael's killing people, so let's see some more more of that with this unfortunate technician dude named Bucky, according to his hard hat. Michael tosses the guy into a giant transformer, borrowing a move from his frenemy Jason by killing someone while simultaneously knocking out some power. In this case, the whole damn town apparently. That darkness will come in handy for Michael later, so I guess he got pretty lucky with Bucky. The cops haven't stayed.
Yikes. Yeah, that does not look good. Like, if I... Okay, I'll be honest, if I was the sheriff and I learned, like... Wait, him? Yeah, I'll believe when I see it and the power goes off, like... I'll go grab a shotgun, meet you outside. It just... Yeah, that's a big sign. Not good. Anyway.
A curfew by now, so kids are getting picked up by their parents and bars are having to kick out their blue-collar patrons. Rachel and Jamie are finally found by Loomis and Sheriff Meeker, but after they get in the police car, Loomis notices that they have an audience, a Michael Myers staring at them from afar. But wait a minute, there's a second Michael Myers over there! And what's that? A third Michael Myers? Yeah, it turns out it's just a couple of punk kids playing a goof that nearly gets them shot. It's just a prank, bro! They get back to the police station and find it totally demolished, and we get another body for the count when Sheriff Meeker comes across a dead police officer whose arm has been torn off somehow. Now, other counts online say there are 3 bodies in this shot, but try as I may, I can only see one. He's missing a shoe and he has his leg draped over a bucket. I'm not gonna pretend like I see the other 2 just to be cool, so sorry, we're only adding 1 here. A posse of barflies rolls up to the police station looking for answers as to why their precious bar had to close early. And when Loomis tells them that Michael Myers is to blame, they set off to do some vigilante justice.
Son of a bitch, you just created a lynch mob.
You haven't got a police force.
Yeah, I'm sure these guys are gonna be an adequate replacement, Loomy. They take their justice truck to a park where they think they see something. Hey Earl, did that bush move? It's coming right for us! The drunk dudes just completely open fire, shooting their guns off like they're in a goddamn Predator movie. Good job, guys. You really showed that foliage who's boss. Only there's one problem.
Shit, Earl. It's Ted Hollister.
Yeah, you fucking morons. You just shot and killed some random dude who was probably back there taking a piss or something. This is why you don't crowdsource justice. At the Meeker house, Brady and Kelly are making out way too close to the fireplace for it to be a comfortable temperature when their sexy, sweaty times gets interrupted by a car pulling up to the house. It's Kelly's dad, the sheriff. They're able to get dressed and look only like, 95% suspicious when Meeker walks in with his entourage that includes Rachel. But again, Kelly, put on some fucking pants. All you're wearing underneath that shirt is a thong, and now you've got a house full of people, including your sheriff dad. Do you not own pants? Sheriff Meeker arms Brady with a gun and tells him to board up the house, while also letting him know that he's not a fucking moron.
Well, yeah, I catch you rope my daughter. I'll use that shotgun on you.
So now we've got a bunker down situation, with Sheriff Meeker and his buddy Deputy Logan securing the Meeker house to protect Jamie and Rachel inside. Meeker and Loomis call another town and tell them to send over some reinforcements, but then Loomis leaves for the Carruthers house in case Michael's going there. And then Meeker also has to leave after he gets word that those drunk idiots up and killed a dude.
Hey, I got a town full of beer bellies running around the dock with shotguns. Who's gonna be next?
That means there ain't no one around to break up the fight over Brady between Rachel and the pantsless wonder that ends with Rachel spilling coffee on Kelly's shirt. Oh, come on, Rachel. That's the only piece of clothing she seemed to own. Kelly manages to fish out a plaid shirt when she comes to give Deputy Logan some coffee. But it turns out it's not Logan sitting in that chair, since Kelly finds him as a corpse after lighting a candle. It's another kill where we can't see too many details about it, but at least there is some blood going on, so that makes it better than that bloodless waitress. Michael Myers stands up from the chair Logan had been sitting in and turns to face Kelly. He takes the deputy's rifle and stabs Kelly through the torso with it, with such force that it breaks through the wall and kind of pins her up against it. Cops do it by the book, but Michael does it and then takes a look. Things are feeling kind of final girl right about now, so why don't we have Rachel wander in on some corpses? If you'll look down to your right, you can see Deputy Logan by the coffee cups, and if you'll look to your left, you'll find a pantsless door decoration that really ties the room together. Brady meets up with Rachel, and after they go upstairs to get Jamie, Michael Myers makes his presence known in front of the fireplace. As he slowly approaches them, Brady has some rifle issues, so he's unable to successfully shoot the stalker and instead gets thrown against a wall. He tries to fight back, but Michael just grabs his fist like it ain't shit. Then Mikey grabs him by the throat and lifts him up into the air. To Brady's credit, he spends his last living moments spitting out a defiant glob of blood, but then Michael kills him by breaking his neck. The Foster sisters escape into the attic and find themselves trapped against a window as Michael pursues them. Oh, and look, it's his favorite weapon, which is a chef's knife, not a butcher knife. I wrongly called it a butcher knife in previous kill counts, and I apologize for that. Thank you for the kind corrections. They break out the window and climb up onto the roof, Jamie riding Rachel's back like she's teaching her the ways of the Force. Michael keeps on a-coming and nearly stabs Rachel with his knife. Then there's a bunch of rooftop shenanigans that lead to Jamie getting down via rope and trellis and Rachel getting down via gravity. While Jamie is making sure her foster sister isn't dead, Michael manages to get groundside as well and begins slowly chasing his niece through the dark streets of Haddonfield. Instead of being captured by Michael, though, Jamie is nabbed by Loomis, which at this point, honestly, isn't looking that much better.
I just want to go home.
No, you can't. I've just been there. That's the first place he looked for you.
Together, Loomis and Jamie make their way to the schoolhouse, because I guess the sirens that go off when he shoots his way in will attract authorities or something? Too bad there's already someone else waiting for them at the schoolhouse, an albino Michael Myers. Wait, what? Yeah, I guess in these shots they accidentally used a mask that was pink with white hair? I don't know, man. But it's just these couple of shots with Mikey as he attacks Loomis and throws him through a window. Before Jamie is caught by her murderous uncle, Rachel saves her with a fire extinguisher, and the two of them rush outside right as that truck of drunkards pull up in response to the school's alarm that's still ringing. They all pile in the truck and head out to end this movie, leaving Haddonfield for safer territory. But little do they know that Michael Myers hitched a ride on the underside of the truck, I guess. So now he's climbing into the back and making short work of these dudes. He stabs two of them in the back and the side before rolling them out the back of the truck. Then he kills the last of the truck bed boys by simply throwing him from the moving vehicle. And yeah, maybe that didn't actually kill that guy, but it's only Michael's third movie and he's trying to catch up to J-Man and the Fredster, so let's let him have it. Truck driver Earl hasn't even noticed the carnage he's been party to, so it's hard to feel bad for him when Michael breaks through the car window and kills him in a brutal way, just ripping apart his throat and or breaking his neck with his bare hands. Nice. Rachel takes control of the situation, opening the door to relieve the truck of its deceased driver and taking the wheel for herself as Michael hangs out up top and tries to grab at her through the broken window. After he breaks the windshield with a headbutt, she slams on the brakes and rolls him right off the car. Then she speeds it forward to hit him with it and send him flying down the hill. He lands a bit away from them right as the cavalry arrives in the form of a whole lot of police cars. But when the cops rush over to help, they find Jamie being a bit too friendly to her felonious family member and holding Michael's hand. As Michael gets ready to kill again, the cops tell Jamie to drop to the ground so they can open fire on old Mikey and shoot him a whole bunch of times with their guns until he winds up falling into an open mine shaft in the ground. And that's the last we'll see of him in this movie, even though he's obviously not dead. Loomis shows up at the Carruthers house to let people know he's still alive, but I hope he's not planning on resting just yet, because while foster mom Deborah Carruthers draws a bath for Jamie, we get a return of the first-person shot that began this whole franchise as a hand grabs a pair of scissors, puts on a mask, and approaches Deborah in the bathroom. Loomis rushes to the staircase and sees what happened, which makes him positively shit himself.
No! No!
Yeah, son, it's one of those endings where the protagonist becomes the villain. Kinda like the end of Friday 5. But just like that ending, this one will get ignored, and next movie we'll see that Jamie didn't actually succeed in killing her foster mom. Don't worry though, all the other deaths still count.
Okay,
and how many were there? Let's find out and get to the numbers.
Right.
No!
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 Don't do it! Sorry, I had to go there.
16 people died in Halloween 4, Michael's best outing yet. The victims included 11 men, 3 women, and 2 paramedics of unknown gender, giving Michael a nice little tripod. With a runtime of 88 minutes, we had a kill on average every 5.5 minutes. Not bad. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Earl, whose neck was ripped apart in a shot that was actually added later after the filmmakers decided they wanted more gore in the movie. Dull machete for lamest kill will go to the waitress, who also has a real lame fun fact. She was played by the wife of Bobby Brady actor Mike Lookinlad, who was a PA on this movie. And that's it. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, came out in 1988 and fulfilled most people's Myers desires. It was immediately followed by Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, which I'll cover next week. But until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been The Kill Count. Thanks a lot for watching.
Well, that's out of the way. Got that done. So, I'll see you guys for part 5, my Revenge, where I'm not even sure why they included that ending if they weren't going to use it again. Odd. Future honest, see? Well, till then, see ya.